Hello, welcome to World of Warships. My name is Leo. Thank you for watching the video. Today we're playing the Kamikaze R, my favorite ship in the game. People keep telling me the Kamikaze is better, but me and this ship get along just fine, and it prints credits so I can afford to play my Tier 10 and Tier 9 ships. We're going in on Two Brothers. Now, this map I always want to charge up the middle, and I have to always guard against that. They've got aircraft carriers, an aircraft carrier, and they're going to be sending fighters probably down that slot. See if anybody's foolish enough to come up through there. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab the cap that's adjacent to the spawn here. Don't ignore this cap. This is really good XP for you, and it gives you a chance to kind of sit back and see where everybody's going to go and get a feel for how the game is going to develop. Right off the bat, I kind of see everybody's headed over to the right side. We cap this cap, so I come out here and I take a look. I'm going to be looking through this little gap here because a lot of times destroyers like coming up that little sideline there alongside that island. I don't see anybody, and then nope, see a farragut. I want to take a shot at him, but I think better of it. He'd tear me up at this range. Launch some torps behind him in case he decides to turn in or stop. We come on out, still looking for support. We've got some airplanes going over there. I hope that they can kill the guy. And there's the Nicholas coming up the side over there, like I kind of suspected them of doing. The farragut is still closing in. I'm putting a little space between me and him, trying to get eyes on that Nicholas again, keep an eye on what he's doing. And the Kuma is going up there to intercept the farragut, and he thinks he's the hunter. I don't think he realizes that he is actually the hunted, because now we can see that we've got a couple of cruisers coming up that eastern flank, and they're supporting that farragut, so that farragut's going to feel kind of brave. So well, one of these guys has got to go, so I'm focusing on the Svetlana, looking carefully at the angle that he's going to cross into the radius of how far I can launch my destroyers, and he's barely going to be inside that. So I launch and I turn away, and I'm watching these torpedoes go in, and he's not changing course. You can tell from watching the little torpedo aiming cone there, and he's not changing course. He's continuing on. So these torpedoes might actually hit. So I zoom in, and boy, they're looking pretty good. He is motoring along, seemingly oblivious, and well, there we go. We got some hits on him. We got one more hit, and that's our first kill of the game. Decided to turn in, keep an eye on the farragut. I got fire coming in, so I decided that I'm going to cruise on around back to the south, see if I can get some eyes on that Nicholas again, and try to keep an eye on that farragut and that Cleveland, because both of those are worrying me. I see the farragut, I see my torpedoes going in that direction, and I decide to take a few pot shots at him, see if I can't get his attention off of the Kuma and my other teammates, and he doesn't seem to be paying any attention to me. And then I see it. Here comes the fire incoming. So if he's shooting at me, that means that Cleveland is going to be shooting at me with his high arc over those islands. So I pop my smoke, hit my emergency stop, stay in my smoke, and just shoot at him as long as I can. If we can take this farragut out, that leaves us just the Cleveland to worry about on this end, and of course the very cautious Nicholas, who seems to be happy just holding on to their cap down there. He's not pushing north. If he'd have pushed north hard, could have made a big difference, but he didn't do it. Farragut's not dead, but he's been hit. I decide, well, those guys over there should be able to take care of the farragut, especially since he's hurt so bad. So I turn around. As soon as I come out of the smoke, the Cleveland spots me, but it's been enough time since I fired my guns that I faded out of view real quick. So that's the thing, is once you fired your gun, not only does that extend the range at which you're visible, it does so for about 20 seconds. So my 20 seconds was up. I faded off of his out of his sight there. Now I'm thinking he might come up beside that island, but maybe not. So I launch two narrow spreads along the side of the island in case he comes that way, and then I launch the third wide spread just to kind of push him off. I get spotted by his airplane, so I turn away, take a few pot shots at him, hoping that that he's going to turn away from these torpedoes, which is also going to turn his guns away from him. He's driving to avoid the torpedoes. He's not paying too much attention to me, so I take another pot shot at him. And that's when the Nicholas takes a couple shots at me. I do manage to get one torpedo in on him. It's a flood. Trying to check to see if he's curing his flooding, but I can't really tell. So I turn around and say, okay, let's go see what this Nicholas is doing. Try to get eyes on him. He's still hanging out down there, so we're gonna. There he is. He shows himself. Now he's making his push north. So let's discourage him. I launch a couple narrow spreads along the projected line of his advance, and then he makes this really hard turn. So yeah, he's probably going to duck behind that island. He's a real cautious player. So I aim a set to go down or toward the little slot there between the little tiny island and the big island, and turn around and look. I'm thinking, nah, he's going to dodge those, but at least it's taking him back out. Yep, he's going down between uh, that little island and the big island. So he's out of the fight for at least right now, and I can turn my attention back to people who are worrying me, which is this Cleveland and this Farragut. So, oh, I got a hit on the Nicholas with my torpedo. Well, how about that? I guess that'll teach him. So I keep unloading on the Cleveland here, trying to harass him, see if he dies. Finally, leaves the leaves us clear up here. So I said, well, I'm a destroyer. I'm going to go cap. That Nivney over there in the middle is kind of bothering me. We got a Cleveland. We had a Cleveland. Well, we got a Kuma going that way, and the Kuma's going to at least stop him from capping there, and I need to get this cap just to kind of give us a little more leeway. And what do I discover over here hanging out in the cap? But it's a bogue. Now, two things that will embarrass you as a DD when coming up against an aircraft carrier, a CV. And let me kind of go. It's CV. Back in the days when aircraft carriers were first being considered, the United States was enamored of the French, and aircraft carriers were supposed to fill the role of a cruiser, but use aircraft to do it. And I don't speak French. I don't know how to pronounce this word. I think it's volaire, which has to do with flying, flight, air. So a CV is a cruiser volaire. It's a cruiser with an air wing. Set him on fire a couple times. Launch torpedoes at him. Embarrassing thing is if you miss with all your torpedoes. And I know that this bogue can dodge pretty good, so I launch one set of torpedoes, and sure enough, he cuts in hard. Take a few shots at him, launch another set of torpedoes, go back to firing HE at him, trying to get another fire going, and we do, which is good. That means if he's got any airplanes, and I think he's going to miss those torps, so I launch another set, but just as I launch, those get him. So we've taken out the enemy aircraft carrier. So now let's get up here and deal with this Nivney. Don't want to get out of the cap too fast. Want to make sure that I secure this cap. Now we can go up here and deal with this Nivney, or help deal with this Nivney. As we come around the corner, we're going to catch sight of him, and the Nivney is pretty low on health. Now I'm not too bad on health, so I said, well, this is a risk I can take. I think I can take out a Nivney from here. Set him on fire, incapacitation. Maybe it took out a gun. I don't know, but he's on fire. He's not healing it, so he must have already used it. Give him another set of shots, and boom, third kill of the game. We got a destroyer. So far this game, we have killed a cruiser, an aircraft carrier, and a destroyer. And the timer's counting down. The game is, might as well just say it's over. And we win. Well, we had a really good result in that. We had 363,000 credits won, almost 6K experience. Now this is with the daily double, 297 free experience. We had 19 hits with our guns. We had 6 torpedo hits, 3 kills. We set them on fire 5 times, caused flooding 6 times, defended the base 3 times, captured 1 base by ourselves, and assisted capturing a base. So we did pretty good. Also completed our effective shooting mission for that round. Number 1 on the team with almost 2,200 base experience. The next nearest one to us was the Fuso. He had 1,200 base experience. We had 3 kills. The most anybody else on our team could manage was 2. On the other team, the Aoba was their top player. He had 2 kills, 949 base experience. So we had a good game on that. Just goes to show that you can make a lot of experience and credits with the Kamikaze R. My name is Leo. Thank you for watching the video. I hope to see you next time.